Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, as you guys saw from the title, I'm coming up on my 27th birthday and I thought why not share some of the things that I learned. Well, 5 top things that I took away from my early 20s. I'm going into my late 20s now, and I thought that this would have been just a good video to share with you guys. I actually did this intro already, but the lipstick was on my teeth. And I shared my makeup routine, my updated makeup routine with you guys. So you actually have to keep on looking because there's so much goodness in this content here today, right? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Takida Joseph and at Takida Makeup for all of the updates. And let me keep this short because we're getting into makeup, we're getting into sharing knowledge, and let's just get right into it. What I have on my face right now is some CeraVe moisturizer. I'm really in love with this CeraVe moisturizer. It's just not too harsh on your skin, and also I just love it. It's creamy, it's nice, it's like not too thin, not too thick. I love it. So I'm gonna go in with my Fenty primer. This is the Soft Matte Pro Filter primer. So basically what this does is that it gives you a matte but a glowy finish. So it's like a soft matte. It's not like a dry matte, and then it's not like a oily finish. So it's just like right in between. So guys, I really wanted to do this video because obviously I'm turning 27 and I cannot believe that I'm turning 27. Guys, just the other day I was 19. If you see me looking here, it's because I'm like mirroring right there. I mean, just the other day I was 19, guys. So I really cannot believe like I'm turning 27 already. So that's just like crazy to me. So with this Fenty primer, you really don't need to use a lot. I kind of put a lot on my hands, but I'm just gonna spread it all over my areas. Around here is where I have all my dry spots. And after I'm finished doing my primer, this is what I do, because my nose, guys, my nose is super oily. So what I do is I go in with my RCMA powder. This is RCMA powder. You can get it on Amazon. Very small amount, and I just put it onto my nose like so. I just go right onto my nose like here. So I really want to tell you guys that I use, because I just got some Fenty, and I really want to tell you guys that I love this and I use it all of the times, but I bought these small ones so that I can try it out. But my everyday foundation that I love, that I'm absolutely in love with, is this NYX foundation. So guys, this is the shade Nutmeg, right? And this is like my go-to foundation. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. It goes onto my skin and it gives me a nice matte, you know, but not too matte kind of filter finish. So this is why I love using this foundation. So guys, as I was saying, I'm trying to do this makeup and do this talk through. I'm turning 27 this year and I cannot believe that I'm turning 27. Like, it's unbelievable. I remember in school telling my teacher, like, my mom is 27. No, I am here and I am turning 27, and I'm like, what, how, when, huh? You know what I mean? Because when my mom was 27, she already had 3 kids, and in a couple of years she would have had her 4th. And I'm 27 and I have no kids. I'm not married, and you know, it's just like a complete difference, you know. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna just put it over here like so. So guys, my face is darker than my chest, right? So when I use the Fenty foundation, it oxidizes and then I look darker. So that's why I like to use this NYX Nutmeg foundation. Okay guys, so before I go into all of that, I actually forgot that what I do before I put on this foundation is I fix my discoloration here. I started doing that recently and I love it. So I just go here, I put some here, I put some there, and I mix these two to be able to do that. These two, a little. So that's what I do. Now you put some there, and it's really, these areas are my trouble areas. So this is what I do. So number one for the 5 things that I've learned in my early 20s is to slow down and live. Like, guys, life is not going anywhere. You don't have to figure it all by 25. Like, actually be in the moment. Like, I know everybody want to chase money and make money, and it's just about money, money, money. But I want to encourage you guys to just slow down and live. Like, enjoy being 20, 21, 22, 23. Heck, enjoy being 24 and 25. Like, there is no destination to get to. Every day you wake up, that's the destination. Like, try to be present in what is happening now. Like, I wish I was so much more present in my early 20s. Like, I worked so much and I missed out on so much, like building so much genuine friendships and like so much family time, because I was just working and trying to make the money while like my 20s was just passing me by, like my early 20s, right? So believe me, nothing is going anywhere. Just slow down. Just slow down. Right, so okay, so I'm going to go in with my concealer, and I'm using my Fenty concealer, right? And I'm going to go in with about 3 shades actually. So I'm going to go in with 370. I'm going to put that right here. So I usually put my 370 in the middle, right? Then I'm going to go in with my 360. Right. This is my savior. Look at him. Look at him. Gonna go in with the lighter one to the front. Always. I will try to put the lighter ones to the front. I put a little bit to the corner here of the darkest shade, which is 370. So I put 370 here, 360 in the middle, and then 330 to the front there. So that's what I do. Then I go with the darker shade, which is 370, and I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques 402, right? I have a 202 also, but I'm gonna go with my 402 today. So while this is drying, right, I would just work on my contour. So I'm gonna just take this that I got at like any beauty supply or like the drugstore. You can get this. It's Ruby Kisses cream foundation, but I use it as contour. So I'm gonna go in, and this is the shade 15. So my point number 2 is really be like, even though you're young, like, you know that saying, like how some people would be like, they would serve God when they get older. Like, you know, like people would advise you, like, you're young, live your life, you know, don't take God too serious. That is a whole bag of lies. I want to encourage you guys to really be intentional about your relationship with God in your early 20s. I mean, be intentional about your relationship with God all the time, but like, there's something about God taking you through those early years and those transition into like becoming an adult. And my advice, like what I've learned, is really make your relationship with God less about church, less about your parents, less about other people around you getting in, and kind of make it a up and down, just like a one-way street and a one-way lane instead of a two-way lane. So don't allow like people to like really hamper or get in between your relationship with God. Like, that's, guys, if this could have been number 1 and the only thing you get from this video is that, like, make your relationship with God really something personal. Like your early 20s, it should be about really getting into that sweet spot with God, you know what I mean? And you know, at this time is where it's not so much about your parents anymore or going to church. It's about you picking what time you want to do your devotions, you picking what kind of relationship you want to have with God. Really make it about you and him, like, and your early 20s will just get sweeter and sweeter and better, you know, and you realize like the Holy Spirit helping you figure out life and just like how to do life, how to be, you know. So just kind of that's like my advice. Like, That's my point number 2. Make your relationship with God a you and him thing and not a you and anybody else thing. Be protected. Protect it like it's a baby. Like, don't allow people to get in, and don't allow people to put in too much things that, I don't know, just don't fit you at that point. I don't know if that makes any sense. Don't take it out of context. Receive it. Holy Spirit, help them to receive it the way that you want it to be said, you know? So yeah, just be really particular about your relationship with Christ in your early 20s. Like, make it about you and him. You reading the word for yourself. You seeking him out for yourself. Nobody have to tell you, pray every morning, pray every night. You say, you know what? I'm going to pray at lunchtime. I'm going to pray in the morning. I'm going to pray in the night, you know? Don't make it, when I'm old, I'm going to do a thing. Do it now. This is the time. And I'm happy that I did that in my early 20s. You know, as you guys know, I partied a lot. And then even when I was partying, I still was building my relationship with God. And then after a while, I just kind of didn't want to party anymore. And I really wanted to just live out my entire life and every part of my life for him, you know. So that's one lesson I learned from my early 20s. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the nose there for a while. You guys see how I pulled it from here. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you are enjoying this video. Right, so I'm gonna go blending my forehead first. I try to blend under my eyes last. Let me go up for you guys. I try to blend under my eyes last, but I'm gonna do my forehead first. And guys, my everyday routine, my contour is not too harsh, it's not too much, right? It's just like, everything is just like right there. And if I don't use Fenty concealer every day, I would use Maybelline foundation as my concealer. This is my concealer. I use this as concealer. This Super Stay, this white cover, as concealer. That's what I use as concealer if I don't use Fenty as concealer. But tonight is girls' night, so let's see, let me just, you know. Alright guys, so I'm blending my forehead first, as you guys see, and then I'm going back in with my brush. And and the reason why I told you guys number 2, because even though I was building my relationship with God in my early 20s, I really allowed opinions to get to me, and the way this person did this and the way that person did that to get to me. And it should really just be about the Holy Spirit just guiding you and leading you, and you asking him to help him, and you seeking him for growth, you know. So I felt like I should have done that faster, you know. So yeah, and I'm going down here now. Don't want to spread this too much. And I'm gonna go around. I'm always going back around with my contour, as you guys see. And then I'm gonna go on my nose. I really leave under my eye for last, guys. This is my Savior. Look at him. Look at him. My Christ Redeemer. Look at him. Won't you just look at him? Alright. Hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. And this Fenty concealer, it gives coverage, but not like cakey coverage, you know. But I mean, it's good, it's nice, I like it. I do every day, guys, like my everyday makeup routine. This is what it is. So this is how this is looking here, and then I go in with my brush and I smooth around to make sure that nothing is going where it's not supposed to be. And now I'm going to blend the other side. So I hope you guys are seeing properly, guys. I really hope you guys are learning. Number 3 is about dating. What I've learned, guys, is if it's not right, it's not right. Guys, if it's not right, it is not right. If you're seeing the signs, you're seeing the signs. Don't second guess yourself. Don't be like, you know, well, maybe this and maybe that will change and maybe that will change. You know, if it's not right, guys, it is not right. Even with friendships, with like romantic relationships, with anything, if it's not right, it is not right. Story time, little story time. I was dating this guy, and you know, like, he was a Christian guy. So, you know, for us, which is another topic, us Christian kids, is like, he's a Christian guy, all hail the king, a Christian guy who has a good job, you know, who has a house, who has everything in order. But guys, it just wasn't right. Like, some of the things that he would have done, you know, was just not right, and I would try to bypass it all of the time. And my friend would be like, girl, look at that, you know. But you thinking that he's a good guy don't want to actually admit to what you're seeing. And guys, it so happened the situation was trash, and like, I just was ignoring these signs, you know what I mean? And not just in one situation, but in so many other situations. Guys, I promise you're gonna get to 25 or 26 or 27 and look back at some of these guys and some of these relationships and think, what the hell was I thinking? So in your early 20s, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. Listen, if the math's not mathing, the math's not mathing. If it's not adding up, it's not adding up. Don't try to make sense out of nonsense. Just leave it. So I use RCMA every day. The same one I used on my nose, that's what I use every day. And then I'm gonna go back with my brush. I don't really use sponges under my eyes so much every day. So I go in with my brush, my same brush, my 402, and I just kind of press it in. Number 3, remember how Takida told you, if it's not right, it's not right. If you see the signs, believe the signs. If you see the red flags, believe the red flags. I wish I did so much of that in my early 20s. I was just so naive. I was just so, like, you know, wanting every situation to work out. I was just so ignoring all of these signs, you know what I mean? So that's point number 3. I hope you guys are enjoying this. So I use my brush to pat in my powder, especially these sides here by these Lifelines. Baby. For like the sides here, I would usually use brown powder, or I would just kind of go into my white powder because it's translucent and kind of just press it in to the sides. So that's right. So then I just pull this down like so. I pull this down like so, and I go into like maybe like my foundation, any type of brush. This is my foundation brush. I blend this out. You guys see how it's coming along, right? And then I would take my do you guys remember the contour thing that I was using? And I would do it like so. Sometimes I would use primer. I don't always use primer on my eyes, guys. But today, for this video, we're gonna use some primer. My point number 4 is date God's way, guys. Oh, my early 20s. Whew, Jesus. Guys, I would, especially like my purity journey, I would go for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, and just get so annoyed and just be like, oh, I just need to have sex. And then I would just like go and have sex and just mess up my, so I did so much of that in my early 20s, and I'm being honest with you guys because that's what we do on here. But thank God for freedom and deliverance and just growth, you know. But I would try to date God's way and it would never work out for me, and then I would just go back to dating the old way, you know. But I wish I just allowed the Holy Spirit to just work through me and just do his work, and I wish I really dated better in my 20s. I have been practicing purity and abstinence for such a long while, but in the beginning of my 20s I would do it for a year then stop, do it for 2 years then stop, you know what I mean? And That didn't make any sense at all. So I like, my encouragement on that point is that having sex God's way, doing marriage God's way, doing relationship God's way, it's the best way. That's why he created us, so that it would benefit us, not him, you know, so that it would benefit us. So my advice is just for us Christian women who watching this and you're in the early 20s, save yourself, keep yourself. This video, a lot of you guys like stuck on the actual act, but purity is a mental thing, you know. Purity is you know, it's just so much more than actually the act. And I wish I had learned that like earlier on in my 20s, you know, because a lot of you guys will say, well, oh my gosh, but we didn't have sex, you know, but we did other stuff. So it's like, purity is just more than not having sex. It's just way more than that. It's about, you know, actually having the knowledge and the heart of, I want to save myself, you know what I mean? Yeah, and also like just piggying back on that point, I wish like I knew myself and my body more. Like I feel like it didn't teach us that in just like growing up in church. Like, okay, when it is your period's coming, what do you do? How do you feel? You know, just about having boundaries in dating too. That okay, you know that this week you're overlating, so this week you can't watch a movie with your boyfriend. This week you can't go on a trip. You can't do like just like I wish I had more boundaries in my early 20s, and I wish I knew my body more. Like I paid attention to my body more and like my feelings and my emotions and stuff like that, you know. So that's just a good point there. I use this, so this is my bronzer, and I use this as bronzer and as eyeshadow. So this is like my little gel, like this is like my little, I'm watching here because my phone is getting so much updates. This is like my little you know, shenanigans that I keep. So I'm gonna put this up here. So this is what I do. Go up so like that. I love Auntie Tabitha for saying that. She says like so like that. Alright. So that was my point number 4. Dating boundaries, guys, making sure that those dating boundaries are in place and actually like practicing purity, not just abstinence, not just being celibate, but you know, because a lot of people, they're celibate but they're still watching pornography, like they're still doing other stuff that is not sex. But you know, so I wish I put it I wish I put more emphasis on actually practicing purity and not just being abstinent, you know. So yeah, so I'm gonna go into these here, and this is what I do on my eyes. A lot of you ask me, oh my god, what is this on your eyes? This is it, and I use a fluffy brush. It puts on the powder so much better. So yeah, then I blend sideways and I go up here with these, with the softer one. So I go up here, and this is Juvia's Place bronzer, guys. I'm gonna show you guys. Then I go down here like so, like that. I probably would never stop saying like so, like that. Then I'm going into the, I try to use the darker one on the lid and blend with the softer color. And I'm sideways, guys, sideways. Right? I'm gonna come down here. So, oh, that's a little bit too much coming down on the nose. But like so, and then I just blend out the sides with this, all with one brush, guys. All with one brush and all with 2 colors. And I could even use one brown to do this. I could even use one brown to get this. So let me just put a little bit down here. I didn't put any down there. Just glide a little bit like so. Just glide a little bit like so. Usually I do not pencil in my eyebrows. I just use this Maybelline, and it's finished right now. I'm gonna tell you guys the name. It's a Brow Fast Sculpt mascara gel. It's actually finishing. I'm so sad, and it's in the color 257 medium brown. And I just kind of pushes up my eyebrow. This pushes up my eyebrow, and it fills in these spots, and it gives it a more easy breezy cover girl look. And I just love using it. It just makes it look so feathered and fanned and this is my secret for my brows. I try to put majority to the back and then the remainder to the front, because when it actually has in it, it comes out so thick and so dark, so you have to be careful. But you can get this in the beauty supply or the drugstore and you are a-okay. So do you guys see? And so because I do this just like natural on the eyes, I'm able to do a wing and a lashes, and it really takes the look up a million notches. I'm putting on my wing. So I usually start from here and I do it with my eyes open. I'm using e.l.f. Gel liner, or sorry, liquid liner. So I go there like so, like that, and then I just move the end a little longer. Let it dry. Then I put on my mascara. I'm gonna put my lashes on off camera because I have an entire lash video on this channel. So I'm gonna put my lashes on off camera. So while my lashes is drying, what I do is I usually put on my blush. But the thing is, guys, I don't always put on blushes according to where I'm going. But today it's girls' night, so I'm going out. So I'm gonna put on some blush like so, like that. I don't know if I'll ever something like so, like that, guys. Now I would go in with my Charlotte Tilbury spray. And I'd spray my face. Number 5 is I wish I had gone to therapy earlier in my 20s. Like I went therapy when I was like about 25. I wish I've done it from like about 19 at least. I thought that going to therapy helped me so much, and I was just like, well, I don't need therapy, I have Jesus, you know, those kind of people. And then I did it and it was so amazing. Shout out to my friend Janae, who always encouraged me, like, no, when you're ready you'll go, no, when you're ready you'll go. And I was really ready and I went and I enjoyed it so much. It helped me tremendously, and I wish I had done that way earlier in my 20s. So that's it, that's point number 5. So I hope you guys enjoy the points. Let's finish up this face. So what I'll do is I'll make sure my contour, the sides here are good so that my face is not looking like white or anything like that. I'm gonna go through the sides here, make sure that is good, make sure this is good. Yeah, and I don't really put anything under my eyes. I just kind of put on mascara if I feel to, but usually I just leave under my eyes blank because one of my eyes are bigger than the other and I don't want it to look weird. Also, I do not put on bronzer on my cheeks. I just bronze my nose. And I just go like right here. And I just kind of like... Right, I just bronze my nose and then I bronze on top of here like that. And then yeah, that's where I put bronzer, because during the day or the night or whatever, my face, like, it starts to glow for itself. So it's kind of like I don't even really need bronzer. I just did my hair for myself yesterday, guys. I was like, sis, you need to do something with this hair. I am more of a, no matter what color lipstick I'm putting on, I line my lips kind of girl. So I'm about to line my lips. Let me just wipe it off because I have primer on it. This is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you guys took away a lot from these 5 steps that we learned here from me and what I shared today. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, letting me know that you loved it, or leave a comment letting me know, okay, you really enjoyed something that we shared in this from this updated makeup routine. Remember to follow me on Instagram. If I didn't tell you guys, so the lipstick that I have on is Lax, and the pencil that I used was the NK makeup pencil, and this color is Wild Cherry. So thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.